Time to make sure you know the law. Oh, and also know the shoes. Can you see Noble's shoes today?
You want me to lift them up here?
They
There we
are
go.
styling. Oh my God.
Those are
boots,
boots.
or are they-
Yeah, those are boots.
Those are high.
You are Oklahoma to the core, boy. I
Every
love
day.
it.
I didn't know my boots were going to make it on the news here this morning.
Sorry,
Yeah.
we had to start with that.
We did.
Because now we're getting into something kind of heavy duty.
Yeah.
And we're talking about automobile accidents. They happen every day.
Yeah.
If you're in an accident and you're hurt, or even not hurt, I think the question is, do you contact an attorney?
Do you, yeah.
Right.
What do you do?
Yeah, you know, I
Noble
get-
McIntyre, help us out.
There you go. You know, I get that question a lot. I have a lot, whether it's friends or family or just folks that call me up when they've been in an accident. And it depends. It depends on the severity of the accident, whether it's just property damage, how much insurance the other person has. But the main question a person has to ask themselves when they go to hire somebody like me, because you guys, I mean, you're not going to be able to get as much money for a claim as I can because you don't have the training I have, and you also don't have the leverage of saying, well, I'm just going to go to, file a lawsuit and go to court. But the question is, after you pay me, because you pay me on a contingency fee, is the net amount to you going to be better off having hired me or having just done it yourself?
Yes, is it?
Yeah, and
don't
that's
know.
what it comes down to. If it's just a property damage case, I think you said you got backed into this week.
Yesterday. I got backed into yesterday, and I didn't know what to do. I had no idea. I didn't know if we exchanged insurance information. I didn't know what information to give him. And so, yeah, it was. I didn't have any damage, but he did.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, he caused the accident. He backed into you. But let's assume you have an accident and it's just property damage. You probably don't need an attorney in that situation.
Okay.
You're not injured. It's pretty cut and dry. It's pretty easy to recover just for your property damage, especially if they have insurance. It's when there's an injury involved that gets more complex, because most people don't know, well, how do I go about saying how much my injury is worth? Because Oklahoma law allows you to recover more than just your medical bills. It allows what's called pain and suffering. And the reason it allows that, because a lot of people struggle with that concept, is if you run into me and you snap my leg and I have to go have major surgery and I have got to have therapy for a month and a half, it hurts. And so, you shouldn't be able to just walk up somebody and punch them in the nose and break their nose and then say, hey, I'll pay for your nose to be fixed, and that's it. I mean, you've done more damage than that. And so the law allows you to recover beyond just your medical bills. And that's where an attorney comes in and how to put that argument forward and how to get as much recovery as possible for you.
What if the other person involved doesn't have enough insurance or doesn't have insurance at all?
And that's a very good question, and that is why sometimes it's important to get an attorney, because if you have uninsured motorist coverage, if the other person doesn't have enough insurance, and let's say you have $100,000 in medical bills, $100,000 claim, they only have a $25,000 policy, which is what the law requires. If you don't have uninsured motorist coverage, you're in bad shape. All you're going to get is their $25,000 bucks, okay? And in that circumstance, you may still need an attorney. You think, why? Because if you have health insurance, a lot of people think, I don't want to run this through my health insurance. This doesn't have anything to do with it. Your health insurance has a right of subrogation, a right to be paid back for anything they pay on your behalf if you recover from somebody else. So if you were to run, say, $50,000 through your health insurance and the other person only has $25,000, your health insurance may only pay $20,000 because they got that write-off with the hospital. So you may be able to use your health insurance to pay more medical bills and then make that $25,000 cover more. And then you have an attorney involved to help negotiate the health insurance claim down even further so that you actually do get a recovery out of that. Most times you think, if I have $50,000 in medical bills and they have only $25,000 in coverage, I'm in a bad shape, and you may be, but there may be a way around that. And so there may be times that you need an attorney's advice. But if you have uninsured motorist coverage and you settle with the person who caused the accident for their policy, thinking, well, I've got uninsured motorist coverage, you can actually harm your case and make it where you don't even have the right to go after your uninsured motorist coverage. So there are many times you need a lawyer's advice for things like that you're not even thinking about.
This is why we need you, Noble.
I know. Real quickly, should you always call the police if there's an accident? Like in her case?
You don't need, now your case was a parking lot case,
Right.
and parking lot cases are different. Police don't even like to work parking lot cases.
Well, that's what I thought. But this guy is saying that they're both at fault.
Yeah, he said we both backed up at the same time, and I said, no, he hit me.
Yeah.
Well, and in a situation like that, what I tell everybody that comes to me is the insurance companies, when his adjuster calls you, I don't care how friendly that person is to you on their phone, they're not your friend. They don't care the first thing about you. You're just a claim number on a file. And so they're going to listen to their insured when he says it was her fault too, and they're probably going to deny the claim right away. Your insurance company is going to deny his claim, and now you've got he said, she said. And yeah, unless you can find some witnesses, or a lot of times these parking lots have video surveillance now. It doesn't surprise me he said it's your fault. everybody says it's the other person's
man.
fault at first, but you might want to check and see if they have some surveillance. in
I
the
don't.
parking
Every
lot.
time I hit someone, I take full responsibility.
How many times have you hit
I don't
someone?
want to talk about it.
And see, as soon as Meg doesn't talk
Big
about it,
doors on my car.
I need Noble's help, and so do you probably. So if you need answers and action, give them a call. The McIntyre Law Firm. They are personal injury experts.
Their offices are located at 8901 Southwestern Avenue, right here in Oklahoma City, and you can call them. There's their number. It's 405-917-5200.
As soon as he walked in here today, I said, Noble, I need your help.
I know.
Find them online at McIntyreLaw.com. On Facebook, you can look for Oklahoma Law, and then on Twitter, at McIntyre Law.
So many ways to find you.
Absolutely.
He's everywhere.
Yes, thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Noble.
Noble.
We appreciate
You're very
it.
welcome.